What up, everyone? I'm going to show you how to build out your first automation. And let's start with something super simple. Anytime someone books a meeting with you on your calendar, we need to send them reminders. So if you looked at the previous videos, we already set up this calendar event. Let's book reminders with people. So what we're going to do is go to automation. They already set up a recipe. Recipes are basically pre-built automations, and I suggest that you guys have a look in here to see what's already pre-built to get an idea of what can be done. This was really helpful for me when I first started working in GoHighLevel, but let's find the reminder one. So, lead nurture. Right here. Appointment confirmation survey. I don't want a survey, but we can remove them. Let me see if there's any other ones. No show nurture. Okay. Great. Okay, let's do this one. Appointment confirmation and reminder survey and review request. So we can just use the majority of this. I'm going to select this and remove a lot of it. I'm not going to do the review request just because oh, this is a lot. Okay. I don't want to do all this. Well, let's just delete. I just want a basic reminder thing. So I'm just going to delete all this. Delete action, delete. And then I'm going to delete all of this stuff here. Okay, let's see what this is. Okay, this is... Okay, so I don't need this either. Let's just do a very basic automation. So what we want to do is we want to see what is going to trigger this. Okay, anytime someone is booking an appointment, this is going to be a trigger. So trigger is what starts a workflow. Anytime something happens, it needs a workflow and automation needs something to like say, hey, start running this entire workflow. So right here, you can add multiple triggers up here at the top. This one's already preset for you, so we're going to say appointment type is normal, is confirmed. So this is literally any appointment is set up, and it's confirmed, and then it will save that, it will trigger this. Now, immediately we can send an email, right? So this can be whatever your name is. Put in your name here, and if it's empty, then the email will be sent using default values. The default value will be for your actual sub account. So I would just recommend putting it in here just to make sure. A lot of our clients and everyone who's using GoHighLevel is normally not going to be from the owner of the sub account, but from email is going to be the email you have set up, and then you can just write whatever the subject that you want here. So for me, it might be a, whatever. If it's a 30-minute meeting, and then I'll just say future or maybe Hanson X, and then I want to put the first name of the contact. So how do I do that is go to contact, first name, okay? So now every time that someone books, they'll say 30-minute Hanson, and if the person's name's Deborah, it'll say Deborah. If it's Jim, it'll say Jim. Then I'm just gonna, update this. So whenever you see these little squirrely things here, this right here is just like a dynamic value, okay? So it's the same thing right here, contact.firstname. And anytime you want to insert a dynamic value based on the contact going through here, you're going to need to put this in here. And how you can always see where that is always going to be these little custom values, okay? These little like tag looking things. So if this wasn't here, all I do is just like what I did in the subject line is go to this little custom values thing, contact, first name, okay? Now let's look at these. There's a lot of things you can add in here. You can add in, let me just, I'm not sure why it's like okay, here we go. All right, so we can do all these contact, different custom values, and these are all custom fields right here. So basically, anything you want to add additional here can be added in as well, all right? And I think I shared this in another video, but effectively, if you're using forms or you want to collect unlimited custom fields here, you can add in here and then use it for dynamic variables in any automation workflow. Now, this is just for context. User is for anyone who is assigned to this context. So this is really cool. You can use the user dynamic variables. The appointment is the actual appointment. So all of the information on, like, you know, where's it going to be, the time zone, the month, all this information. So you can go through all of this and see all the custom values that you can or dynamic values you can put in here. But I'm just going to keep it like this. So, hey, first name, you know, we can just update this. Looking forward to our meeting. To prepare for it, please make sure to, and then whatever you want to say, right? You want to make sure that this email lets them get ready to be prepared for the meeting, and then this is already preset with the appointment start time, the appointment time zone, and then the real quick links to add it to Google Calendar or Outlook, and then cancel and reschedule. And then you can just do thanks, and you can put in your name. And if you want to have it, this is a good place to do the assigned value. So whoever the user is, first name or first name, last name, right? So if you have multiple people in your team and there's like multiple calendars, you can have one automation for all of the calendars, and based on who is the assigned person or whose calendar it's booked to, it will show their name, but it will have this exact same information on here. So I'm just gonna hit save here, and then you just wanna do the same thing for everything. So this right here is a wait. So this is gonna say, okay, we send an email and then we're gonna wait 24 hours and then send another email, okay? I'm sorry, we're gonna wait until 24 hours before the appointment. So this will, let's say they book an appointment for a week out. We'll send an immediate email that confirms it. And then the day before, or 24 hours before the appointment, this will trigger. And as you see here, it just says before 1 day before the actual appointment, right? And it will, if you see here, this will skip all outbound communication actions till wait or event start date action. So this will mean that because they booked, they will not receive any outbound communications until the next start date or something like this, okay? So now it will immediately send this reminder email, and the same thing, you want to update this however you want. And then this also sends a text. So if you have your phone set up, you can now send a text also. And what's really cool is if you want, you can even add a, hold on, right here. You can even add a voicemail. So this will send a pre-recorded voicemail that drops straight to their voicemail and basically doesn't even ring. So what you could do is just like upload a like, hey, looking forward to meeting with you. You know, if you need to reach me or something, I'm gonna shoot you a text right now. And then in here you can say, hey, just a friendly reminder, you know, just maybe just left you a voicemail. Wanted to remind you about our meeting tomorrow at let's see here, custom values, appointment, start time, and then you also want to put start the time zone, right? So time, appointment time, contact time zone. So appointment time zone, okay. So appointment time zone is tagged to the start time, so you need to make sure that these are two set up. If this time doesn't work for you, let me know, and then you can put the username, which is going to be user first name. Now, You want to make sure that this is like a text you would actually manually send. So I would probably not leave a space, and I might even separate this into two. You know, maybe I'll just do something like this, and then add another one. Up to you, but I'll leave it as this. You can add another one, and you make sure you save this, and then make sure that you do add the voicemail and you upload the actual MP3 file here, and that will allow you to basically send that, right? So then an hour before, another email, SMS, and that's basically it. So this is how I would set up this workflow, and once it is set up, hit save, and then what you want to do is hit publish, okay? And then another way to test it without actually setting up an email or something is I would probably just, if I were you, set up a contact as yourself. And so I'm going to create a contact, and I'm just going to say like Hansen test or something. Hansen test. Now I'll put like a test email. And I'll put a test phone, right? So I'll do something like, what phone should I put here? Okay, say this. And then now what I can do is go back to the automation that I set up, clicking this. I also want to change the name because there's no surveys or anything like that. So I'm just going to do appointment confirmation and reminder. Okay. And then I can test the workflow. So I'll effectively just test workflow, select the contact, and I can look up right here. Boom. Test that, run the test, and it will send. And then so I can actually look at the execution logs and show, okay, cool, we just added it, and it will basically run. So yeah, so right now it's going to send it in, right now it's in the SMS 1 hour reminder. So let me see if we have this information in, or this reminder in our Gmail. I'll bring it up and show you. Great. So it did all these, as you can see here, and this is the first one. Hey, Hanson, looking forward to our meeting to prepare. Please make sure to whatever. There's all the stuff that, and so if I want to add this, you can test this, add to Google Calendar. So this is not working, so we need to make sure that we fix this. If I want to cancel this. Oh, I know why it's not working. It's because we're doing a test. So if you want to test it for real, you need to run it with an actual appointment because there's no actual appointment tied to this. But yeah, this is how you would set it up. And if you have any questions, drop me a message in the school group. Thanks.